What's going on, y'all? It's Cursed with Cursed Bank Catfishing. Welcome back to another episode of On the Line. This is a particularly special episode, at least for me. It's going to be a very short one, but this is one that I dedicate to no one other than my own dad, aka Papa Cursed, who, if you've been watching the YouTube channel, you've seen him in plenty of my videos. I was recently visiting Mom and Dad, so Mama Cursed and Papa Cursed recently. And I always ask my dad for his feedback on, any of my videos, podcast included. He's not a fan of the podcast. He says that it is boring and there's not enough entertainment, I guess, or drama, per se, to maintain his attention. That's his personal opinion. He even also made the comment that whenever I speak and he hears me just sitting here talking, like telling a story, that it is the equivalent to the Charlie Brown kids listening to an adult talk.
What did he say? Oh, I never have any idea what any adult says. It's always that wah 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 crap.
Yeah, so anyway, this episode we're going to discuss the origin of the name Cursed and why it has stuck with me for, going on 4 years now. But thanks to my dear old dad's request, I'm going to attempt to be as dramatic as possible. So, I think I've talked enough. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode of On the Line with Cursed Bank Catfishing.
It was December of 2022. Many fishermen had told the story or the tale of the cursed banks of the Canal River. More importantly, one particular pool that was supposedly guarded by the water equivalent of Skinwalker. I've gone by many names over millennia. However, they never cease to amaze me with their creativity of how I look, how I sound, what I am, where I came from. But on this fateful evening, after decades of no one fishing near my home, one lonely catfisherman carrying 4 rods at 2 a.m. on a winter night and a full moon walked along the banks of my home. I watched as he set his camera up, his phone up, set his rods, cut his bait, and took very good care to always clean up his mess. I admired the angler from afar for a while, but it had been some time since I had had any type of entertainment of my own. So playfully, I decided to swim out to one of his lines and give it a tug, which I knew I would be met with the swift reaction of a hook set that would drive deep into my skin. This was all according to the plan, but the angler, who was known as Jesse, had no real understanding of what he was actually about to reel in. I gave him a good fight, as it would be his last, and once my face broke the water, the last thing that Jesse ever said was nothing more than a quick scream and a gasp, as I then took his place under the name Cursed. And I've been here ever since. So if you ever need a reason to understand why they call me Cursed, now you have the origin story. Jesse hasn't been here for quite some time. So, I hope that explains the name for you. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Stay bent, y'all.
So now, obviously, this isn't the true origin story of the name Cursed Bank. This is just me attempting to poke a little bit of fun at my dad, who I love dearly, and he's been nothing but supportive, but I gotta give him a hard time because he gives me a hard time. So I apologize if you've made it this far, if you got hit with the jump scare. Again, we're going for dramatic here. I apologize if I spooked you. That's not my normal content. Again, this is just a jab at my dad, and it's nothing but love. It comes from a place of nothing but love. But hey, I mean, I hope that y'all got something out of it. The true origin story of cursed bank catfishing will launch this coming Sunday, so don't sweat it. You'll get the true story here in a little bit. Again, I apologize if the jump scare got anybody. I don't think I'm good enough to get anybody, but I figured I would give it a shot given the spookiness of the conversation. But with that being said, guys, if you like this, make sure you hit a like, comment, let me know what you want to see next. Much love as always. Stay bench, y'all. We'll see you on the next one.